start off by saying we've been playing Crazy on our show now for about a week, and it's been getting some great feedback, so congratulations.
That's brilliant. That's really awesome to hear.
So, mate, tell us a little bit about this track. I know it's been written about the crazy time that we've been through over the last 18 months or so, but tell us a little bit about how this track came into being.
Well, there's a little bit more of a backstory as well. I'm not sure if you remember a few years ago, there was that incident on Burke Street where there was the stabbing, the cafe owner of one of, I think Pellegrini's,
Yep.
He got obviously, unfortunately, killed there. So the next day, I actually just the chorus popped into my head about how crazy that situation was. So that was the initial seed of it, and I guess the rest of the song has kind of been forming a little bit over the last 18 months, just kind of reflecting on the general vibe and the mood of where we all are at.
I think that event was something that a lot of Melburnians really resonated with. Like, I know for myself personally, that's a spot that I walk through probably 3 or 4 times every week, and as fate would have it on that day, those people were in that spot. What was it about that event that really sparked that chorus for you?
It probably was a similar thing, because I've gone past that place many times, stopped in many times as well, grab a coffee or whatever it is, and it was just like the circumstances of it, some absolute nutter just doing that, and the guy, all he wanted to do was just try to help the situation, but he just got caught up in a terrible circumstance where the guy killed him. It was just so random, and it's just immediately the word crazy, that this is a crazy situation. I remember when I got home from work that day, actually, I was watching the news reports as well, and they were kind of, talking about that fairly extensively, and I was just, why is this happening in my city?
Yep.
This is my town. It shouldn't be happening like that, but yeah, it's been a crazy world for a while now.
You got the idea for the chorus then. How long did it actually take for the entire track to take shape?
As far as kind of the initial writing of it, it didn't take that long, but certainly kind of in the form it's in now, or the final product, there were, I guess, kind of some revisions. I think I actually started recording that, let's try to think, probably would have been during the start of the last lockdown we had, so about July or August or something like that.
Yep. I was going to ask you about that. You had your album come out last year during all of the craziness. How difficult was it to get into a studio and record during that time?
It was pretty difficult. A few of the songs, they managed to be recorded, I guess, just before we entered the first lockdown, so that was fortunate timing in that regard. But the good thing about recording technology these days is the quality of it is such that it's fairly affordable to have a home studio.
Yep.
And I'm lucky I've been able to have a home studio for quite a few years now. And certainly for that album, most of the songs were done remotely, so I do my parts at home, then the other guys would do their parts in their studios as well. So it was a similar scenario to Crazy, where I did my parts here, then sent off the files for the drummer, Jerry, to do his parts, and then Simon, the bass player, then all the others involved. And as far as kind of getting it mixed, it's a similar process where you just put your files in a Dropbox or a Google Drive or whatever it is, and then they can just pick all the files out from there and take it from that.
For all the musicians listening to our show at the moment, what are the advantages and disadvantages of recording that way? Because I know a lot of people have said to me that they really want to try recording at home, but they're frightened that might mean then that they don't have that pressure to get stuff done, so they slack off. What other advantages and disadvantages of recording at home?
I guess firstly, from the advantages, one, it's, I guess, cheaper than going into a studio, and as I said, the technology is such that really high quality stuff is fairly affordable these days, and you can actually, you're in your own home, you're more comfortable, so you can get a generally more, I guess, I don't know if relaxed is the right word, but maybe a better performance because you are more relaxed and more comfortable in that situation. The disadvantage, though, is that you don't have that immediate feedback from the guy who's controlling or behind the desk.
Yep.
So you're relying on your own gut instinct to see whether the performance you've done is, good enough, where you can't, in the studio, you've got that outside ear or the ear from the other person where they can feed back to you directly whether, yes, that was a good performance, a great performance, or whether, you've still got a little bit of work to do to get a better performance, basically. So those are both the advantages and disadvantages, I believe.
Definitely. And you've been working a lot recently with Reggie Bowman. Tell us a little bit about how that relationship started and what you feel he brings to your music.
Well, that started in one of my previous bands called Degrees of Separation, where the last EP, excuse me, we recorded, I think we started recording maybe 2017 there. And that came about by one of the guys who was in the band. He'd recorded with Reggie previously as well. And so as soon as we started recording there and Reggie started working on the stuff, immediately I thought, well, why would I want to work with another guy for my stuff? So I think it would have been maybe the back end of 2018. I just started recording a few of my own songs, some solo idea songs. And again, immediately, the good thing about Reggie is he's very honest and direct about, whether the song you've written is good enough for a start, and then B, what it needs to be pulled into line, in his opinion, to make it, a song worthy of broadcast or appeal. So we've got that really good two-way, upfront and direct relationship where he can give me honest feedback about that, and I trust his instinct not only just by working from him, but from his previous track record as well. It's just a good working relationship, I find, with him.
Definitely. Now, Marcus, everything's opening back up again now. We're out of the craziness, we hope, for good. What are your plans now? Are you hoping to get out and do a few shows? Are you working on new music? What are the plans from here on forward for you?
Definitely working on new music. I've actually got a pretty special song which I started working on, which I hope to have released early March. So stand by for that, and that'll be under my own name again. Got a few other different projects I'm involved in as well coming up. More fun projects, basically just trying to stretch my wings or get out of my comfort zone and doing a few other things, not only, I guess, writing more songs, but, maybe doing a few of my kind of spins or takes on some well-known classics as well. So plenty of music to keep me occupied for sure.
Awesome. Well, we cannot wait to see what comes out of those projects. And also, we know that the last 2 years have been pretty tough for musos. How can our listeners support you at the moment? Is there a way that our listeners can help you out and support you at the moment to get things back on track?
Well, certainly the best way people can help out is I do have a Bandcamp page. And the great thing about Bandcamp is that unlike other streaming services like Spotify, Apple Music, etc., Bandcamp is made for artists, by artists. So I'm not sure of the exact percentage, but most of the sales via Bandcamp go to the artist instead of the other way around, with those other examples like for Spotify. So I do have not only Crazy on my Bandcamp, but also the previous album, Puzzle Pieces, on there. So if people want to go onto Bandcamp, just search under my name. You can find all my stuff there. I do have also Instagram and Facebook pages as well. Again, just search under my name and you'll find me, and come say hi, and I will say hi back.
Definitely. Well, mate, we are going to play Crazy on our show again now. So is there anything you would like to say to all of our listeners out there before they take another listen to this amazing track?
Well, firstly, thank you very much for listening and I guess liking Crazy as well. Just wish everyone the best success, the best health going forward as well, as we are slowly moving out of these crazy times. Also towards the end of the year, it's a great time to reflect on kind of where we've been and where we want to go, and just a very happy holiday season coming up to everyone.